After the speaker sets a subject with an indicative word, the speaker is able to constitute the third, fourth, or fifth type of clause for the subject to form a subject-object relationship from the definition of the transitive verb to describe the subject. The first and second type of clause is a clause that the intransitive verb describes the subject. From the third type of clause, the third, fourth, fifth type of about the relationship between the subject and the object of the transitive verb. The third type of clause is constituted with a subject, a transitive verb, and an object to get the definition of the transitive verb and finish the subject-object relationship. There is a clause, the birds welcome you. The subject, the bird, to start the condition indicated by the transitive verb welcome, convey the condition to the object you. The subject, the bird, and the object you are mediated by the transitive verb welcome. The object you of the transitive verb welcome are conveyed the condition indicated by the transitive verb welcome and finish the subject-object relationship with the subject. The condition that the subject-object relationship is finished means that the subject and the object exist in the original condition before the subject interact with the object. The subject, the bird, start the interaction indicated by the transitive verb welcome. Then the listeners get the interaction from the subject, the bird. And after the object get the definition of the transitive verb welcome from the subject, the relationship between the subject and the object is finished. What is the meaning finished? Means the subject and the object go back to the initial state when there isn't any interaction between them. There is a clause stated in the passive voice of the speaker who uses the clause to focus on the object perspective. The speaker in the passive voice states the clause with the consideration about the object you to get the condition indicated by the transitive verb welcome as the subject of the clause. This clause describes the condition of the object, the listeners. The listeners exist, and the existence of the listeners as the subject described by the subjective complement welcomed. So this clause is stated in the second type of clause. The past participle welcomed originates from the transitive verb welcome. The past participle welcomed as an adjective describes the condition of the listeners. The reason why the past participle welcomed is classified as an adjective is that there isn't any way to describe the perspective on the object to get in the relationship between the subject. The past participle welcomed, which has the trait of the adjective, practices the role of the subjective complement to describe the condition of the subject, you. So this clause is stated in the second type of clause. A clause that is stated in the passive voice of the speaker focuses on the object. The speaker who states a clause in the active voice focuses on the subject of the clause. The first and second type of clause focuses only on the subject, and the third, fourth, fifth type of clause that the transitive verb is applied on the conveyance from the subject to the object. The clause stated in the passive voice of the speaker focuses on the object to get the definition of the transitive verb from the subject. So, the subject indicated by the personal pronoun you, or the object in an interaction with an unstated subject. The subject is not stated in the clause, so we do not know who the subject, what the subject is. There is another conference. You are welcomed by Jesus Christ. The speaker signifies the subject of the transitive verb welcome as the object, Jesus Christ, of the preposition by. As a response to the clause of appreciation, I thank you. The clause you are welcomed is applied in the conversation as a response of the clause I thank you. So the speaker who focuses on the object for the listeners get the condition indicated by the transitive verb welcome from a subject. In this clause, we did not state the subject that interacts with the object, the listeners. But in this clause, the subject is stated as Jesus Christ. The reason why the subject of the interaction mediated by the transitive verb welcome with the preposition by is that the interaction between the subject and the object are separately stated. So when the speaker focuses on the object, you, the subject so the interaction between the subject and the object are made with the subject and the object, but the description about the object makes the speaker states the clause subject. The speaker considers and the object as a distinctive unit in a way that the speaker states the clause in the perspective of the object in a relationship mediated by the transitive verb welcome. So The speaker signifies the subject of the transitive verb welcome as the object of the preposition by.